Welcome to our animated philosophy series, where we explore timeless concepts in a modern context. Today we're diving into one of the most profound debates in philosophy, one that has puzzled great thinkers for centuries: the tension between freedom and determinism. Specifically, we'll explore how this debate plays out in the works of three key rationalist philosophers: René Descartes, Baruch Spinoza, and Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. Now, when we talk about rationalism, we're looking at philosophers who emphasize reason as the primary source of knowledge, and they seek to explain the nature of reality in terms of clear, logical principles. But here's where things get tricky. If the universe operates on fixed rational principles, is there room for free will? Can we truly say our actions are free, or are they determined by the laws of nature, or even by God? Let's begin with Descartes' notion of freedom. Descartes is famous for his statement, cogito, ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. Descartes believed that our minds are distinct from our bodies, and that while the body is subject to the laws of nature and determinism, the mind enjoys a certain freedom. He argued that we, as thinking beings, have free will, our ability to choose and act based on our rational deliberation. Think about it this way. Descartes would say that while your body might be subject to physical forces, hunger, fatigue, even disease, your mind is free to make decisions independent of these forces. You can choose to do something noble, like helping a friend, even if your body is telling you to stay in bed. So for Descartes, freedom is connected to our rational nature. As long as we use reason to make choices, we're free. But of course, not everyone agreed with Descartes. This brings us to Baruch Spinoza, who had a very different take. Spinoza was a radical thinker, and his ideas often challenged the prevailing views of his time. Where Descartes saw freedom in the realm of thought, Spinoza saw determinism in everything, mind and body included. Spinoza's most famous idea is his concept of substance monism, which is the belief that there is only one substance in the universe, God or nature. For Spinoza, everything that exists is part of this single, infinite substance, and everything that happens is a necessary expression of God's nature. Spinoza would say that human beings are not separate from nature, we are part of it. Our thoughts, our actions, our desires, all of these are determined by the infinite chain of causes that flow from the nature of God. In Spinoza's view, free will is an illusion. We may feel free, but in reality our actions are determined by the natural order of things. Imagine a stone rolling down a hill. The stone has no choice in the matter. It's simply following the laws of physics. Spinoza would say that human beings are no different. When we make choices, we think we are acting freely. But really, we are just following the deterministic laws of nature, like that stone rolling down the hill. In fact, Spinoza's deterministic views were so controversial that he was excommunicated from the Jewish community in Amsterdam. His ideas were seen as dangerous because they challenged traditional beliefs about God and free will. But Spinoza wasn't trying to undermine religion, he was trying to understand the universe in a rational, systematic way. Now, let's move on to Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, who tried to strike a balance between the freedom Descartes defended and the determinism Spinoza embraced. Leibniz is perhaps most famous for his theory of pre-established harmony. According to Leibniz, God, in his infinite wisdom, created the best possible world, one in which everything is coordinated in a pre-established harmony. Leibniz believed that while events in the universe are determined by this harmony, human beings still have free will. How can that be? Well, Leibniz proposed that even though everything happens according to God's plan, our choices still matter because they are part of the overall harmony. He used the analogy of two clocks, both perfectly synchronized, but each running according to its own internal mechanism. Human actions are like one of those clocks. We are free to choose, but our choices are already part of the divine order. Think of it like a composer writing a symphony. The composer knows every note that will be played, but the individual musicians still play their parts freely, even though everything fits together perfectly in the end. Leibniz believed that God created the universe in such a way that our freedom is compatible with the overall harmony of the cosmos. So what does all of this mean for moral responsibility and human agency? Well, each philosopher offers a different perspective. For Descartes, moral responsibility is grounded in our ability to choose rationally. Our freedom allows us to be accountable for our actions. Spinoza would say that moral responsibility is more about understanding the natural order and aligning ourselves with it, rather than acting against it. And for Leibniz, we are morally responsible because our free choices contribute to the harmony of the universe, even though they are part of God's plan. Ultimately, the tension between freedom and determinism raises important questions that we still grapple with today. Are we truly free, or are our actions determined by forces beyond our control? What does it mean to be morally responsible in a world that may be governed by deterministic laws? These rationalist philosophers each offer unique answers to these questions, and their ideas continue to shape the way we think about free will, determinism, and the nature of the universe. Thank you for learning with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into similar echoes.